Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing what I eat in a day because I just had a baby and things have changed. Now that it's been a little while after having baby Sage, I'm starting to get back into my old routine, but not really my old routine. It's like my old routine that now has a baby involved. So it's kind of like a new and improved routine, which we just love her so much. I mean, just like look at her face. She is so cute. I just want to like little squeeze her little cheeks all day. Now during pregnancy, I gained a total of about 38 pounds, although I lost about 18 of those pounds pretty immediately after giving birth. And I'm honestly not super concerned about the actual scaled number. I like to focus on body fat and muscle mass. And I also want to make sure that I'm achieving my goals in a way that helps to support my baby during this process because I am breastfeeding. So I want to make sure that my milk supply stays up while also making sure that I feel great and energized. I'm eating high quality nutrients and I'm feeling good in the process. So just like what I teach on my channel, everything that I'm eating now helps to support my metabolism, helps to provide high quality nutrients, and helps to make sure I'm feeling really satiated, all while naturally allowing my body to shift into fat burning mechanisms. I've also reintroduced some form of intermittent fasting, although it is a shorter intermittent fast. I'm only doing about 13 to 14 hours of intermittent fasting per day. And this isn't even for the weight loss portion. This is purely from a gut health portion. My gut feels so much better and my bloating is so much lower when I am intermittent fasting. And I want to stick with a shorter intermittent fast so I can make sure I'm getting all of my nutrient needs in to support breastfeeding. So today I'm going to be taking you guys through what I eat in a day and now that I am postpartum to help support my baby as well as my own weight loss goals. Now it is currently 8:12 a.m. and Trevor's outside with Sage right now. She's going to be hungry in a second, so I'm going to feed her. But this morning so far, all I really had time for was to shower, brush my teeth, and like put on clothes. So I'll be feeding Sage and I'll be drinking a ton of water during that because with breastfeeding, you lose a lot of water. So it's so important to drink a lot of water. That Stanley cup has really come in handy. So before I have my first meal, I'm having my ACV sipper, which helps to just make my blood glucose levels more stable after I go to break my fast and when I actually go to have my first meal. Okay, so she's down for a nap right now. I'm going to try and like squeeze in my break fast real quick. Lately, what I've been really like making is a skyr yogurt bowl. Since I'm short on time, especially in the morning, it's just a really fast and easy way to fit in a lot of protein and a lot of high quality nutrients. So in the past, you guys know I typically like to make my own Greek yogurt, but I've just been buying some skyr lately just to make things like really fast and easy, especially during this immediate postpartum time. There's quite a lot I add into it. It's pretty loaded and it's so good. And it has 0 added sugar, but it's packed with nutrients and packed with protein. So I'm gonna use about a cup of this Siggy's plain whole milk yogurt. So that gives me about like 25 grams of protein just from this. I'm also going to add in some collagen in here. So postpartum for recovery, I like to make sure I'm getting enough collagen as well. So I'm going to just add in a couple scoops of collagen first. I'm just using the Vital Proteins collagen, the unflavored one right now. Although I have used in the past the Ancient Nutrition multi-collagen as well as some others. There isn't like really one specific one that's my favorite. Okay, so now comes to the really fun part. And it makes it taste so good. So I'm going to add into just this like coffee grinder about 2, maybe 3 tablespoons of cacao that I'm going to blend up, and then I'm going to add into the yogurt as well. But in addition to that, I'm also going to throw a few coffee beans in there too. It just tastes so good. I can use decaf or regular. I'm just gonna use decaf because I just want it for the flavor, not necessarily for like the coffee. Which, speaking of coffee, I am also going to be making coffee to go along with my breakfast, but I like to make sure I have that during my eating window rather than during my fast, which typically in the past I would have had coffee during my fast. But now that I am breastfeeding, I want to make sure that I'm getting enough water first, prioritizing that during my fast because that is so important for breastfeeding. So now just and like blending smoothies, making coffee, and she's been sleeping through all of it, so we're pleased about that. Okay, so I'm going to dump this into the bowl and I'm just going to add in the yogurt and I'm just mixing it up. So you actually get a ton of fiber with just regular cacao, and I like to blend it up so it makes the yogurt have like this chocolatey flavor. And then you also stir in the collagen so you don't even taste it. I like to use a combination of blueberries and strawberries for some low sugar fruit. Again, I'm not measuring anything. This isn't about calorie counting. It's just about focusing on lower glycemic, high protein foods that support my body. So if I need more, I'm gonna add in more food. If I don't, then I'm not. Now for strawberries, both of these are really low glycemic load fruits, which means that it's not going to have a huge impact on my blood sugar levels. So I get that nice stable blood sugar level. It's going to help me feel more satisfied. It's going to help prevent cravings and also make it so I'm just not feeling hungry all throughout the day. And then for some high quality fats, I'm going to be adding in some toasted unsweetened coconut flakes, as well as some walnuts and some pecans. I really like this combo, and they're all just high quality sources of fats to help keep me satisfied and help my body to naturally actually burn fat as fuel. So I like to just crumble them up a bit so I get a little bit in each bite, probably like a couple tablespoons or so of each one.
Go. Now you're hanging with the big kids.
So after breakfast, what we've been doing lately is just going on a really short walk. Just to ease back into exercise, I've just been walking lately about like 10 to 12,000 steps per day. So I've been breaking it up into like 3 walks, 2 shorter walks, 1 like really long hour-long walk. So getting about 10 to 12,000 steps per day. And that's been like my main activity, which also really helps to primarily use fat as fuel, but get some sun and just like feel good. Trev's making his smoothie.
Smoothie time.
While I get my coffee started. I'm gonna be doing a half calf, so I'm combining the decaf purity coffee with the caffeinated purity coffee just for like little extra energy today.
This is the best protein powder in the whole world, okay? Okay.
Making his Autumnal Nutrition approved smoothie with my 0 sugar protein powder.
Yeah, baby.
So for lunch today, I also wanted to make my own 0 sugar high protein smoothie for just something really fast and easy. So for the base, I did some unsweetened almond milk as well as some of my 0 sugar pasture raised protein powder. From here, I added in some high quality fats to make sure that I was getting my energy and feeling satisfied. So I did hemp seeds as well as a couple Brazil nuts, which helps provide some selenium, which is really great for liver detox as well. And then to add in just a little bit of that vanilla flavor without adding in sugar, I did some vanilla extract. And then I added in like a handful of frozen pineapple for flavor. And then on top of that, for some additional high quality fats, I added in almond butter, about a tablespoon, maybe like a big heaping tablespoon of almond butter. And then I also added in a little bit of ground ginger, which just gives that like really yummy, zesty flavor to a smoothie, especially with pineapple smoothies. If you haven't tried it before, highly recommend it. It just brings your smoothie to the next level. So in total, this smoothie has about 20 grams of complete protein to make sure I'm getting satisfied. Also high quality sources of fat and fiber for those blood sugar stabilizing perks. But in addition to this smoothie, I wanted to make sure I was getting even more protein to help ensure that I was really satisfied and not going to get hungry. So I also made a tuna salad. So I just make a really basic tuna salad, as you can see here, with just like onions and celery and mayo and Dijon. Paired that with my smoothie. I know it sounds like a weird combo, but it was actually delicious. While breastfeeding, I've also been drinking a lot more water. So I also make sure to have my electrolytes. It's either going to be some salt or obviously Element, which I'm a really big fan of. So I added in some of that into my water to have after my lunch too. So we're out for the second walk of the day. This is a long walk. My mom's here helping us right now. We've got Sage, she is napping, and we're going for a 2-mile walk, currently at about a mile. And this helps me to get to that like 10,000, 11,000 mark. My goal is around like 12,000 steps per day right now. Okay, so Sage is still sleeping after her walk. I'm a little sweaty from the walk, so I figured right now is a good time to go ahead and do my pelvic floor / like ab workout. It's really just to help bring my abs back together, because during pregnancy abs split apart, and so it's important to help them heal and come back together. So I'm gonna be doing that right now. It's like a short little 10-minute workout while she sleeps. Some tummy time, little Sagey. Oh, she just tooted.
Good girl.
Okay, so for dinner, I'm making a couple of recipes for my 7-day detox program. These are some of my favorite recipes because they're so easy to make, and they're also really low glycemic load foods as well, so it's perfect for my goals. We're going to be making my spiced detox chicken tenders. I use a base of almond flour and coconut flour instead of like flour and panko. That makes it so it gets a similar type of vibe for regular chicken tenders, but without all that high glycemic load starch. I add a ton of seasonings on here to really add in the flavors. And then along with it, we have another 7-day detox program recipe that I'm making. This is my detox broccoli salad recipe, which doesn't sound like it would be good, but it's really surprisingly good. If you have my 7-day detox program, definitely recommend trying this recipe out if you haven't yet. It's an amazing side dish to like any protein meal. We have obviously broccoli, red onion, apple cider vinegar, some apple. This is to replace the like dried fruit that you'll usually find in like salad recipes. And then we're also going to use some mayo, but you can use Greek yogurt or plant-based yogurt if you want instead. So this is also a great low glycemic load but really satiating side dish that I'm going to be pairing with the chicken tenders. If you guys don't have the 7-day detox program, definitely recommend you check it out. You can find it, I'll have it linked down in the description below, or it's on my website at autumnlnutrition.com/shop. It's like one of my AM Peeps favorite programs. It's such a good reset and it's really great, especially if you do have like a sweet tooth, to help just get rid of that sweet tooth. All right, so let's get cooking. Third walk of the day, we let Sage stay at the house with my mom. She's watching her right now, and we're just waiting for the food to cook. And we're gonna go home and have dinner. Woohoo! All right, dinner's all ready, and oh my gosh, look at that. So good. Looks like regular chicken tenders. This is something that actually a lot of my clients like to give to their kids because it looks and kind of tastes like regular chicken tenders, but so much better, so much lower glycemic load. So I'm really excited about that. I have this like ranch dip dressing from Primal Kitchens that uses avocado oil as the base. So I'm gonna be using that. Trevor has his homemade like honey mustard dip that he made the other day that he's going to use. But this looks so good. So excited. So it's currently 6:20. We're going to get started now. Be done no later than 7. And after that, I'm just going to have water and probably my ginger lemon tea. Especially, it's really great for just preventing bloating and just promoting digestion. So that'll be the one thing I have, which does not break a fast. And so I can have that during my fasting window. But we're going to dig in. So if you guys want to check out another one of my like what I eat in a day videos, what I would typically have when I am intermittent fasting, check out that video next right up here. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-backed information, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out with new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.